joy to be with you here on Facebook Live, on YouTube, and on our temple website, streaming for this morning music and mindfulness service. This service is a weekly offering that we've been conducting here with Congregation Kol Ami since the beginning of the pandemic, since the beginning of this coronavirus. And it's been an opportunity to gather even online, to gather in the ways that we can. It hasn't been easy, and this, I know for me, has been a chance to bring some intention to my day, some joy to my week, and I hope that's been that way for you if you've been joining us. We're going to be starting in just a moment with Modeh Ani or Moda Ani. We are using Mishkan Tefillah, the Reform Movement's prayer book, and we are on page 24 in Mishkan Tefillah. But of course, if you're following along with any other prayer book, or you are just listening and singing along or humming along, la 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 is okay too. If you don't know the words, that's fine. And we hope that this is a chance to bring some joy and some intention to your day. So we start with Modeh Ani, page 24.
נשמתי בחמלה רבה, אמונתך
Boker Tov. Once again, I'm Rabbi Max Chaiken here with Congregation Kol Ami, West Hollywood, California. If you're joining us on Facebook or on YouTube, give us a like on the feed, share the feed to a friend, do something to let us know you're here. Let us know that you're listening, and let us know that that you are connecting with us, connecting online in this time when it's oh so difficult to connect in person. Tonight Hanukkah begins, our festival of light. In this darkest season of our year, we need light more than ever. In this darkest season of, frankly, a dark and challenging year, we need the light of community more than ever. And so our focus this morning is on the words of our morning prayers, as always, along with the light that we bring. right? This morning I want to focus on the inner light, the light of our neshama, the light that we put out into the world by going forth every day and living as our in our truest selves, living up to our highest ideals. That light is part of the spark of creation, part of the spark of the divine in each and every one of us, connecting us all, connecting us to the oneness of the universe. And so on page 34 in Mishkan Tefillah, we'll sing about the pureness of our soul. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Take a deep breath though. Because that neshama is connected to our neshima. It's connected to our breath, our soul. And so this melody reminds us to take deep breaths and to sing them out on each phrase, this melody of Craig Taubman's. One of our first morning blessings in the Nisim B'chol Yom, the miracles of every day that we add to our morning tefillah, to our morning prayers. One of those first blessings is the blessing that says, Asher natan l'sachvivina lehavchin ben yom uvein laila, who has given, and it's translated in Mishkan Tefillah as who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night. To distinguish day from night, to distinguish light from darkness. That's what we do at this season. We recognize the days are short, that the light, the sunlight itself is short as our earth spins on its axis, but we can distinguish the day from night. We can distinguish the darkness from the light, and we can bring light. And that's what we do with our Chanukiot. That's what we'll do streaming live here tonight with Congregation Kol Ami and with opportunities to gather every night of our Hanukkah festival online. If there's something you're grateful for, if there's a light in your life, if there's a blessing in your life, something that you're grateful for, it can be as simple as opening your eyes this morning. It can be as simple as getting out of bed. Please share it in the comments. Write it down. Say it out loud. Do something to make that blessing real this morning as we continue in our prayers and in our morning tefillah into our psalms of praise, into the psalms and verses that sing Hallelujah. Praised, blessed is Yah, that spirit of life, that spirit of the universe flowing within and beyond us at all times. This melody, which is a melody for Psalm 150 on page 55 in Mishkan Tefillah. This melody brings me joy, it brings me light, and I hope that you'll sing along with me. Again, if you're not using the prayer book, the only word you need is Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. I hope you're singing with me. As we continue into Shema Uvirchotea, the Shema and her blessings, the part of our prayer service that prepares us and helps us declare God's oneness, the oneness of the universe, the oneness of that force and source of creation. We have a blessing that is all about light, that is all about Or Vachoshech, light and darkness, and we bless God for all of it. We bless God as the creator, the one who fashions Or and creates the darkness too. Oseh Shalom Uvorei Takol, the maker of peace and the one who creates all. And this melody is a melody that I've sang for many years, and started many years ago at Camp Harlem. It's a melody by Cantor Jeff Klepper. That first line of the blessing, page 60 in Mishkan Tefillah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvorech Oseh Oseh Shalom uvorech Takol yotzer or uvorech Oseh Shalom Shalom uvorech Takol. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvorech Oseh Shalom uvorech Takol yotzer or uvorech Oseh Shalom uvorech Takol. Part of this blessing that was added back to Mishkan Tefillah says, Or Chadash al Tzion Ta'ir, v'nizkeh chulanu mehera leoro, a new light will shine upon Zion. May we all merit quickly its radiance, its light, its glow. We can help bring that Or Chadash. We can help bring that new light. We do that when we gather here online. Right now, we could use that new light. We could use that returning of light in our world, not just for Tzion, but for our whole universe. So as we prepare to sing Shema together, which you can find on page 64 and 65 if you need the words, page 64 and 65 of Mishkan Tefillah, as we prepare to say Shema, think about the ways that you can bring that light, that you can be that Or Chadash, that new light. You can be the light in this time of darkness. Help that be your intention as you declare God's oneness in the world. On page 67, we find the words of Rabbi Richard Levy, these words that interpret the V'ahavta. And part of the blessing before Shema, actually, are the words V'ha'er einenu b'toratecha, enlighten our eyes, illuminate our eyes, bring them light in your Torah. And when we move through Shema and we get to this rest of the Shema, the V'ahavta, that says that we will bring these words, we will bring the words of Torah to our lives. Doing that is a way of bringing light. It's a way of bringing light to our lives. And on page 67, Rabbi Levy, may his memory bless us today, his light still shines so brightly in my life, and I know in the life of so many of his students. These words, I think, are a powerful way to think about the ways that we can bring that light of revelation. He teaches, if we can hear the words from Sinai, then love will flow from us, and we shall serve all that is holy with all our intellect, and all our passion and all our life. If we can serve all that is holy, we shall be doing all that humans can, to help the rains to flow, the grasses to be green, the grains to be golden like the sun, and the rivers to be filled with life once more. All the children of God shall eat, and there will be enough. There will be enough. But if we turn from Sinai's words, if we serve only what is common and profane, and make gods of our own comfort or power, then the holiness of life will contract for us. Our world will grow inhospitable. Let us therefore lace these words into our passion and our intellect, bind them as a sign upon our hands and our eyes. Let us write them in mezuzot upon our doors, and teach them to our children. Let us honor the generations that came before us, keeping the promise for those yet to be. That's a way of bringing light to the world. And I'd like you to now share in the comments as we move towards our Amidah, how will you be the light this year? How will you be the light? What kind of light and love and joy will you bring to the world from this season of Hanukkah, this festival of lights that begins tonight with our first candle through till next? On page 74, we'll begin with these words of intention, the words of Psalm 51, God, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. You can always return to that breath. You can always return to that breath whether or not you're using the words of the Siddur or the words of your heart. Just focusing on that breath can be an act of prayer, an act of intention, an act connecting us to our source. On page 371 in Mishkan Tefillah is Mishaberach Lacholim, the prayer for healing, composed by Debbie Friedman of blessed memory. And this morning, this prayer is needed as much as ever. If there's someone you're thinking of for healing this morning, please share their name in the comments. Write their name down on a piece of paper. Send them a text message. Let them know you are praying for them, you are thinking of them, you love them, you're wishing them a speedy and full recovery. We're thinking of all of those in our world who are in need of healing from the coronavirus and any other disease. Every other disease that hasn't just gone away because our focus this year has been on this pandemic. And we're thinking of healing for the doctors and the nurses and the caregivers and all of those who are agents of healing in the world, who still need some healing themselves and who still need some strength themselves. I hope you'll sing with me, and I hope you'll share names in the comments on Facebook or YouTube, or let someone know who's in need of healing that you love them.
Source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say
Thank you for being with me, Rabbi Max Chaiken, this morning for this morning music and mindfulness with Congregation Kol Ami here in West Hollywood, California. It is such a pleasure and a joy to be able to connect in this way online. And if you've enjoyed this morning's service, please join us at Congregation Kol Ami for any of our upcoming Hanukkah festival programs. We have streaming candlelightings on nearly every night of the festival, as well as some bigger programs tomorrow night for Shabbat at 6:30. Our Shabbat service will invite everyone into our Zoom room to light up our screens and light up our Hanukkiyot, as we also enjoy a parody spiel Antiochus Roadshow put on by some of our members of our community. Tomorrow, Saturday night, on the 12th, at 5:30 p.m., we'll have Havdalah and candlelighting, followed by Iron Maccabee Chef, as chef contestants from our congregation put together their best take on the classic latke, or not so classic latke. We'll see on Saturday night at 5:30 on Zoom. You can find all these programs and more at kol-ami.org. That's KOL-AMI.org. And while you're there, we would ask that you consider sponsoring one of the nights of our candles during our Hanukkah Be the Light, #Be the Light candle campaign. Each year we light up our Hanukkah each night for one of our values. Tonight will be the night of truth, tomorrow the night of health, and so on. And you can see more on our website. We would be honored if you'd consider sponsoring a candle in honor of this holiday, maybe as a gift for someone this Hanukkah, and helping us continue to be the light for our values in the world and in our lives and in our community. We'll close this morning continuing to get us in the spirit of Hanukkah, page 669 in Mishkan Tfilah with Maus Tzur. That won't be the right key, then we'll do it down here.
Sur Yeshuati Echana Eshabeach Tikon Betefilati Misham Toda Mezabeach Le'etachin Matbeach Mitzar HaNabeach Az Egmor Hanukkah Tamizbeach Az Egmor B'Shir Mizmor Hanukkah Tamizbeach Rock of Ages, let us sing, praise your saving power. You amidst the raging foes were our sheltering tower. Furious chaos assailed us, but your arm availed us, and your word broke their sword when our own strength failed us, and your word broke their sword when our own strength failed us.
Boker Tov, happy Hanukkah. We hope to see you soon here with Congregation Kol Ami in West Hollywood, California. You can find out all the ways at kol-ami.org. Boker Tov.